Hello everybody, Rob Aki here, and I just wanted to make this video of my top nonfiction books that I think everybody should read. Okay, first book, The User's Guide to the Human Mind. As you can see, I'm still reading this book. I'm almost through it, I'm about halfway. This book is something that everyone should read. The reason that everyone should read this is because it basically explains how the human mind works, how everybody struggles with their mind, and how you can work with your mind to lead a better life. So basically the premise of this book is that there's the survival part of your mind, and then there's your part of your mind, like in the higher reasoning part of your mind, and how the brain is very complex and they battle against each other. The primitive mind from what has evolved from a long time ago till now, and it basically explains how to get over anxieties and habits and things like that. It's basically written for humans. The next book, definitely check that out. The User's Guide to the Human Mind. Great book. This book, The New Bible Cure for Depression and Anxiety. I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking that this is chock full of very religious people. But it's actually not. There are a few, there's a few Bible quotes, there's a few scriptures in here, but it's actually mainly about just kind of the mind, like the user's guide, except it's more focused on depression, things that are important that a lot of people don't do. Like, for example, some people take medicine for their depression, but they don't have a multivitamin and they don't eat a healthy enough diet to have the chemicals in their mind they need to get out of the depression. So it's like a thing between natural supplements and actual medication for depression. The next book, Si-cology by Silas Robertson of Duck Dynasty. You might be thinking, oh, this book looks goofy, or this book, I'm not sure what it is. Is it a joke book? Is it him talking about psychology? It's actually a biography, and you'd be very, very surprised to see what Si has gone through. I'm a big fan of Si. I love his philosophy, and I love to watch him on Duck Dynasty. He is hilarious. But you'd be surprised what he's gone through. I was very intrigued. I found it very intriguing that his mother suffered from manic depression like I do, and so many other people do, and some of the other things. So I'm not going to ruin it for you, but actually this is a really good book. I definitely recommend it. I definitely enjoyed this book. This book helped me with writing my book and putting my illness in perspective. Bipolar Disorder for Dummies. I know that kind of sounds funny, maybe, I don't know, but Bipolar Disorder for Dummies. It's actually very helpful. I've never read any of the other for Dummies books, but I really did like this one. It was great. Now this one too, this is a very good book for psychology. As you see, I have so many things bookmarked in this book. This teaches about Freud. This teaches about Carl Jung, all the classic psychologists. It breaks down psychology, and it shows some of the main studies like obedience, Stanley Milgram experiment. I've learned a lot from this, and I'll find myself just bringing up knowledge that I've learned from this book when talking to people. And so it's written in a way that's very interesting. The main thing that I have learned from this book personally is how we memorize things. It goes through 3 stages. Goes through encoding the information, storing it to your mind, in your brain, And then when somebody says something that triggers you to be like, oh, I know that, it retrieves the information. So encoding, storage, and retrieval. Next book, Encyclopedia of Animals, a Family Reference Guide. This has all kinds of animals. Has, just open it up here to a cool page. I don't know, let me find a really cool page here. See how nice the colors are and the pictures. And it's kind of light reading. If you just want to chill and kind of casually read and learn something, it's got some nice pictures and some great information. I've learned a lot from this book too. This book is actually really cool too. People Who Changed the World. And it's everybody from political leaders to musicians to religious figures to, just anybody who has had an impact in the world. The main two people that stick out in this book, I still haven't read the whole thing. I just read a couple that were interesting. I've read about Florence Nightingale and how she was bipolar and how she used a lot of her manic energy to actually revolutionize the way the hospitals are run. And I thought that was pretty inspiring. She noticed that during the Civil War, hospitals were very kind of unsanitary, and they were using saws and stuff to cut off your arm, if you got shot, things like that. I'm sure you've heard of the stories, but yeah, I found that interesting. And then Madame Curie, who discovered radium, but then was killed by her own discovery. That's intense as well. But let's move on to the next book here. The Complete Dog Book. I love dogs so much, and I love my dog, Peschkers. He's a German Shepherd and a Collie. Let me talk about this book. I'll call him over so you can see him. Yeah, this book has all kinds of dogs. It tells you how to bathe them and take care of them and breed them and everything. Training them. And it goes in and you can look at all the pictures of these beautiful dogs. I think I got this book for $2. It was a great deal. When I get my next dog, it'll probably be a Yorkie or a Border Terrier. Those are my choices. Let me see if I can get him to come over here if he's in here. Peschker. Hey, Pesch. Hold on, I'll go get him. Say hi. Say hi, buddy. Give me a second here. Hey, look. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Aren't you so cute? Yeah. No, sorry, it took me a while I had to go get treats so he would come over here. Good boy. Yeah. Okay, final book. Heavier Than Heaven, the biography of Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. it's I've read this book, but I don't know. I know my mom read the whole thing. I didn't read the whole thing because I was in school then and I had like homework and band stuff to do. But I know that Kurt had attempted suicide a lot in his past, and he tried to shoot up copious amounts of heroin so that he knew he would overdose. And he's a very troubled, tortured person, which I can kind of relate to him in that aspect. He was the reason I picked up the guitar. I was very depressed and I thought life is, shitty and that nothing was ever gonna be good and that like my life was hopeless. And then one day I saw a Nirvana CD and I said, I think I heard of them somewhere. And I bought it and I really liked the music. I really identified. And then I started researching, Kurt Cobain, and I said, well, wow, this guy was depressed too. And he was successful. He was famous. He was able to actually make a really good career out of his music, and he was still depressed. Well, I kind of want to play the guitar or do something that'll boost my self-esteem, but I didn't think that was possible to be successful when you're depressed. And Kurt Cobain proved that, you can have depression and still be successful. Now, unfortunately, he did pass away, and there are many different theories, on how he passed away and whether or not it was murder or if he actually did commit suicide, but he's definitely an inspiration. So I'm going to go write my book now, which I hope you guys will love. I'm putting my heart and soul into it. I've never worked on anything this hard in my life, and I hope it pays off for me, and I hope it pays off for you, because depression is terrible, and I don't wish it on anybody, really. I mean, maybe really evil people, but I don't know. Anyways, gonna work on my book, and that should be coming out as soon as I can get it done and get somebody to publish it. So peace out, and I will make another video like this, maybe for fiction. I don't know what yet. I like to read maybe comic books, maybe some of my favorite comic books that I have. But anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to share the video, like, subscribe, whatever you would like to, and I will see you next time. Peace.